Buongiorno, buongiorno, tutti amici. Welcome to the Sicilian Corner
Whoa,
podcast.
whoa.
What?
This isn't the Great American Collectible Show?
What is that?
Oh, I get his plug in early.
It didn't take him long. Under over was 2 minutes for me. I lost.
I got confused. You're not Rico.
You're not. Poor Rico. You know.
And you're certainly not Chrissy.
No, that's for sure. That's
What's going on, brother?
How are you, brother?
How are you?
Tommy Zappala, everybody.
Good to be here, Mikey and Louie. The old team is back. The old team is back.
We had such a good time all the years doing the Sicilian Corner.
I spent a lot of time on the formats.
Yeah, you used to hit what, 2 red lights, I think, coming down, and now he did a new one.
This is today's format.
This is today's format right there.
Pretty cool, right? Pretty
Yeah.
cool.
What is that, like a piece of tissue paper or what?
All my bullets.
Everything, the whole show.
Everything.
It's funny
20
how you can
there's
get
22
1 hour,
22
1 hour
years here.
airtime.
There's 20
You can get on that piece.
There's
of paper.
22 years here.
24.
Right.
Well,
20
24.
No,
on
no,
here,
22.
but we have 2 to get. We have 22.
Yeah,
together.
you've been on 2 years without me.
Actually a year and 8 months.
Yeah, that's when you abandoned us.
That is such BS. What, you threw me out?
That's bullshit. Oh, you can't. You
You can do whatever you want.
I'm sorry,
You can-
my
you can
Louie.
do it.
I didn't mean.
I
To,
don't
You know,
I didn't mean to say
it's
bullshit.
Christmas time, and you're using vulgarities
It
on
slipped.
the airwaves.
It slipped because we're not on the radio in the other station. So I know you guys are on the radio here, so I'm not supposed to say bullshit.
we try
My
to
apologies.
bring
Good
a
thing
little bit
Ryan's
of
not
class.
there anymore.
That's right.
You know,
There's no beeping, right?
Aunt Grace gets
That's
a
their
little
problem.
upset.
Yeah.
With a little bit of
Do you remember with Louie when we used to
over talk each other?
No, but every once in a
Nancy
while we'd
DeMarco
swear.
used to go crazy.
Every once in a while we'd at the very beginning, and we'd ask Louie, "Don't you have one of those buttons?"
buttons. I got no
To bleep you.
freaking
Those are
buttons.
buttons.
There was a button, but I had to switch like 40 things to actually pull it out.
There
So
was.
it's like there was no way it was going to happen. By the time I started to switch inputs and stuff, it
It wasn't worth
never
it.
going to happen.
All right, this is your gig. I'm the guest.
I just
You're
blame
going to
Bruce.
run it.
You know something? I'm so glad you said yes to coming in.
I am too.
And you know, last Tuesday, and Lou, you came with me. We had an opportunity to visit your radio station.
It's not a radio station.
What is it?
It's a
Podcast?
podcast studio.
Is there a big difference?
Yeah, Mallory ripped me, but other than that, it's okay.
Oh, he was not happy. I said, he was crushed that he couldn't come. Mallory.
Really?
Yeah, he really wanted to be there though, in person.
I'm going to go hang with him while you're in Florida.
Oh, good. Yeah, you're welcome to. You should.
He's a great.
You know something?
I love him.
Oh, Mallory's the best.
Next,
He's my bud.
he's doing the show, seriously, next week on the 31st. It's New Year's Eve morning. Ellen and I are flying to Florida. So he's going to be in the studio by himself with Joe Tomasulo. You should come in with him. You should do the whole show with him. He'd
Oh.
love that.
I can't do it New Year's Eve, but
Oh,
How much will
I'm
you
booked.
pay him?
yeah, there you go.
well, Mallory's comes out of Mallory's end. What?
Why should you make money?
I'm
and
not
you're
making
there,
money.
and you're not there?
That's a break even for me, that show. Kind of.
Dude, I think you're hogging me.
Well,
there.
it's kind of a break even because there's a lot of stuff we're not doing.
If you add 2 more commercials to your commercial load, you don't even have to come on the air. It'll be an
Well,
infomercial.
That's what it's called, the Great American Infomercial Show.
Andy Parisi
Says
is
the guy,
saying, Tommy,
14
how's it
minutes of this
going?
program is commercials, so he's
That's a
got
good
no room
point.
to talk.
See,
Your friend Andy.
Andy, I
Parisi
remember
is
Andy.
saying
How you
hi.
doing, Andy? Roger Trudell with Roger's. He had his surgery.
In 2 weeks, he was doing so well. He dropped by the house. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, no, that's good, Roger. I'm glad you're doing well.
Yeah.
Andy is good. Barbara Cody, I love Barbara. Barbara, we missed you the other night.
Can I just fit this in while everyone's watching early?
I'm sorry.
We're going to do the New Year's Day show. We're going to replay the parade.
Now, when is that? When are you guys doing that?
Is it the 3rd? I think it's the
January
3rd.
3rd.
January 3rd. We're going to replay the parade show, and I've been editing it, and it is a piece of art. It is so
that
good.
was the single greatest show I think that the three of us ever did.
We
It
spent
was so
we
good.
spent a lot of
That
time.
was fun.
Thanks to you. I mean,
And-
the
Oh,
special
no.
It was,
effects.
yeah, you were
No,
you
that
were
was just,
you were the reason that,
That
show.
was just window dressing because it was so good otherwise.
You you really
This is Don't Miss. This is old school radio, and this is Don't Miss. Bruce Arnold, by the way, because I know people love
Outstanding.
Bruce.
Outstanding.
Bruce is on the show. Jeff Shank is on the show.
Who was the woman? Remember that the city council person called the station? You remember that?
Oh,
We had
I
had
hadn't
she
you
lived in
brought it
South
up,
Lawrence.
what was her name?
I forget.
She called the station to see what was going on. Where was the parade?
How
Yeah.
I'm on the board, and I didn't know there was a parade going on today. She was legit.
That was very, very funny.
And then
We had people
did a great
believing
job
that
with-
the parade was in downtown Lawrence
Yep.
on Essex Street, and it was a
It
New
was
Year's
War of the
parade.
Worlds, the Lawrence edition of War of the Worlds.
And the key was when Louis had jets flying upside
down
down
up
Essex Street.
Essex Street.
Yeah.
Down Essex Street.
Yeah.
Very, very funny.
No,
No,
the special effects, Lou.
Yeah, Lou, you did great. And the bands. How many different bands did we have?
Oh, wait, a ton.
We had the Pontiac. We had you
Right.
name it. We
But
had
in
'em.
reality, it was the USC band. It was all the big bands across the
And they all
country.
sounded the same. How come, Lou?
That was funny. Very,
Every
very
No,
one
funny.
of
no,
them
I had
sounded
different
the
bands.
same.
I went.
UCLA band.
But look, it's glad. I'm really thrilled to be here. I miss you guys. I really do.
I just want to go back to what you brought up.
Go ahead.
That show is going to air January 3rd.
Yeah.
And
Don't miss
we're
it.
very, very proud of it.
Yeah.
It's I think it was probably the best show I think
No doubt.
the three of us ever did
No doubt.
together.
No doubt.
And
no,
I'm
no, there
looking
was some
forward
great
to hearing
shows.
it again.
Yeah.
And once again, we recorded that January of 2010.
Is that when we did that?
Yeah.
I was wondering what year it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh?
I was wondering what year it was.
Yeah.
2010?
Yeah.
I must have been about 18.
Gandhi. What's going on with you?
One of these are the second favorite show that I did.
What's
with
your
you.
first, Tom?
The parade. The
Okay.
parade. But when Louis and I had the disagreement about the extension cord,
So
And
you
what
walked
happened,
out on?
Tom?
well, and I am publicly saying right now that I am 100%
Sorry
sorry,
that you
and
left
I was
me out to dry.
and I was responsible for that.
Connie Francis.
I think I was having an RA flare. Maybe
Maybe.
that was it, right?
This is about the
You know,
Florida, the
This is
charitable
about
show.
when we. I guess we were doing a remote somewhere. Maybe it was at the
Oh,
feast.
No, we had done a
The
remote.
feast.
At the
And
feast.
Pat was
Yeah.
looking
And
for.
Pat loaned us the long extension cord.
He loaned me.
Loaned. That's right.
At a
Loaned
pint of
you,
blood.
and he said, make sure you have this back, right?
Yep.
And of course, Tommy forgot it at
Well,
the St. Alfio Society. And Louis, right before we went on the air, Louis and I went at it.
That was a food chain thing because I was getting grief. So I just
Oh,
passed
I
it
know
on to
that.
you.
Oh, no, I know that. And literally 30 seconds before we went on the air, I walked out the door.
I didn't know what to say. I was shocked. I was relatively new back then.
No, you
Huh?
weren't.
How
What are
many
you
years have we been?
Louis, that was towards the end, right?
Couldn't have been.
I want to say in the middle, but
Yeah.
I don't really know.
You were part of it for a long time.
Really?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I was wrong, and I remember I left here. I sat out in the car, steaming, and I'm listening to the show in the parking lot. And then I said, "Frick it, I'm not going back up there," and I went home.
Is that what you said, Freak it?
Frig it,
Did you?
FRIG. Right. Anyway, again, I'm glad to be
I
here.
like the Thanksgiving shows with Squanto. That
Squanto was
really
great.
good.
We got a lot of miles out of Squanto.
Squanto
let me
was
tell you.
great. Yeah.
We got a lot of miles out of Squanto. We got a lot of miles out of Father Mikey.
Remember the day we killed Randy Macho Man Savage?
He's right.
We literally
We killed him.
we were using for some reason it was totally random. I was doing Randy Macho Man Savage drops. Totally random out of the blue. He died during the show
During the show, he died in a car crash,
in a
right?
car crash.
By the way, it's another thing I meant to tell you that I better bring you in on, and I'm serious. Mike Hefner is the owner of Leland's.
Okay, yeah.
Now, Mike is
Explain what Leland is
Leland's is the second or third largest auction house in the country.
in the country. Yeah.
Now, Mike is a wrestling fanatic.
Okay.
When Ellen and I wrote one of our books, he let us into his house with the photographer to get some of the memorabilia. I walked into a room, Louis. He has a collection of every wrestling costume of every wrestler that ever existed.
Wow.
Ever existed. From
That's
Killer
what he collects?
Kowalski's little pants to Randy's cape, the hat.
Wow.
He's got it all. He's bought. And he's a wrestling fan. So we did a wrestling show, me, him, and Mallory. And we're going to do another one this summer. And he's bringing in Bret Hart and a couple of other people.
Really?
You're going to have to come on with us.
Okay. I
Oh.
love that.
Yeah.
The Hulkster.
He's got all kinds of stuff.
I've done
But
a
anyways.
few. I've interviewed a few. Jake the Snake Robert, Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Wow.
I've had on the show, on various shows. In
See,
the past.
Louis
Done
knows
a couple of
wrestling.
them.
He knows
You
wrestling.
still follow it, huh?
Oh, not so much anymore.
No, me either.
I like
But-
the
oh, and
I
by the
like
way-
the woman wrestlers,
They're pretty. Yeah.
especially the small people. That I always like.
No, that's kittens. That's a whole
All
different
right.
thing.
First of all, if I may make a comment,
You're going to anyway.
you used to call them midgets.
Yeah.
Now you call them small people.
I'm trying to be politically correct.
So is midget politically incorrect now?
I believe so. Yes.
It is. Okay.
Thank you. So I'm right.
I'm all right. I'm sorry. I didn't know that. I've never referred to them as anything.
But I'll tell you,
Short people.
they were a pleasure to watch.
Do you go see Bridget the midget when she's at kittens?
So just out of curiosity, what did you like about the small people wrestlers? Female.
Well, they were very, very, very close to the ground. So leverage, they could really move around, and get out of holes and jump over each other. And it was awesome. Especially if they got a little bit of sweat on them. They glistened,
Okay.
which I kind of liked.
Okay.
I think. I
right.
think I did.
All right.
Roger Trudella said, Mikey, speak up. I can't hear you. That's Louis then.
I've got your volume up.
How about that?
Yep.
Is that better? Can you hear me okay?
You're fine. It's just Tommy and me. We're
All right.
we're over talking you.
Oh, that's possible. It's like
Roger was saying Andre the Giant. He was another one.
Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
By
Do
the
you
way,
know,
if you guys haven't
the-
seen
the-
it
the
Net-
sh-
on
the sh-
Netflix,
What?
the Vince McMahon documentary.
You
on
know, I
Netflix,
was a little hesitant to watch that. Is it good?
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It is so good.
I'm going to watch it.
it's
I was
just
hesitant
fascinating.
because I know there was a lot of crap that went on too. You know.
Oh, you don't know the half of it.
Really?
I thought I knew. You don't
Louis
know the half.
excited.
Yeah,
now.
I'll have to watch
Oh,
that.
it's so good. It's just
When
so
is
good.
that on?
It's on Netflix, right?
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
6 episodes.
Do you guys have to pay for that?
Well, it's in my package, which
Net-
is ridiculous.
Netflix?
It's freaking ridiculous.
You don't
what
have
I pay.
Netflix, Mikey?
I can't see. I can't allow myself that luxury.
Wait a second.
You made 10 years of Netflix last week on
Exactly.
the stock we were
On the
talking about
stock
before.
that you sold last week, and we're not going to get into the numbers, but you made enough
You made
to
10 years.
probably buy Netflix.
It's true.
You know something?
So why won't you like invest?
There's certain things. Trash removal. To pay for trash removal. I'd rather go to the dump once a week, bring in my recycles, and drop the stuff off. Why give them $153, $160 every 3 months?
Why are you such a cheap bastard? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I WCAP people, I honestly did not mean that.
He's not.
You're getting Sam.
He's like me. There are certain things that you just will not pay for. ATM fees I will not pay for.
I can see that.
Parking I will not pay for.
What's wrong with the old-fashioned antenna?
Where do we start?
Really? Okay. Is this one on the roof or on your TV?
No, I get really good reception because it's up on the roof. It's up as high as
So
it
you're
goes.
telling me that you have an antenna, a TV antenna on your roof.
I do.
So what do? Watch channel 4, 5, and 7?
9.
And do you watch the guy that used to do Santa Claus? Is he still on channel 9 during the Christmas season?
No.
Remember him?
Yeah, I do. I do. No, he's gone. And who is that? Al Caprillion.
Al Caprillion. He's
Al
still around.
Caprillion, he was not a meteorologist or anything like that. He was just
It was a whack job.
First of all, you can't say that on the
He's still
airwaves.
on the air, by the way.
Oh,
He's
we had Al on CAP all the time. good guy.
Yeah, that's
He's a
what
whack
he's, oh,
job.
he's a real good guy.
He's a
Yeah,
whack
he's
job.
on
He's a good
CAP.
guy.
He does their weather. And then I think he has a podcast.
He does. He
He
does.
has to.
But he had a gimmick, and something, he sold it.
He
Something, more credit to him. I tried to get him to come on our show last year,
what happened?
but he works full time. I don't know what he does, but he works full time somewhere. Nothing to do with TV or broadcasting, but he works full time,
He's
and he
not a
couldn't take the time
meteorologist?
off. But I'll try to. I'll
He's
try to
not?
get him.
I don't know.
He's not a
That's what he was
licensed
implying.
meteorologist. So he's been scamming all of us for like 40 years.
It reminds me of somebody that I know.
I'm not a meteorologist.
I didn't say you. Why are you feeling guilty?
No, I'm just telling you, I'm not a meteorologist. Anyway,
But what a gig. You can be wrong 50% of the time and still have a job. It's a
that's a good
ripoff.
point.
The other thing I can't stand, and I believe me, I'm not going against women, but
Oh,
there's a couple of ladies on
Tom
Channel 9 that got these high-pitched voices. It's like somebody going to a chalkboard and just scratching. It irritates me. At 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm having a nice cup of coffee, and I got to say, what a pain in the ass.
well, you're watching the View.
High-pitched voices, terrible. Get somebody with a nice pair of lungs, deep lungs, big lungs.
You should leave the show now.
Really? Now, for those people that are watching, all right, I have nothing to do with the crap that's coming out of his mouth.
It's true.
All right, I'm just
Don't
telling
you think some of these,
Right.
and most women are high pitched, but some are worse than others. And to listen to that so early in the morning, Lou, I don't know about you.
Let me get in trouble now and see if Tom agrees with me on this one, because I'm hearing a lot of out of market broadcast games and stuff like that. They have a lot of women announcers. Women cannot announce basketball.
Totally agree with you.
It's just the voice doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Can I tell you something? I couldn't
It's
agree.
not that they're not skilled or they don't know the sport. It's just
Well, you know something, Louis, and you're 100% right.
Mhm.
I want to take it a little step further. I want your opinion on this because he was your idol, my idol. Mike was not too crazy about him. I don't think Tom Brady has the pipes. I think that's the biggest flaw.
I think he's doing a great job. But listen, I got to take a break.
Can we talk about that real
Yeah.
briefly when we come back?
Yeah.
Because I want to get Louis' opinion on that.
No, it's a good
It's
point.
your show, though. This is your show.
I just happened to look, and I'm running a couple of minutes.
It's
behind
your show.
because of you. You don't come up for air. I'm going to get you a snorkel kit. Louis, take us out, buddy.
Ciao, this is Esther of You, Me, and Sicily. I want to talk to you about Tommy Amin and the great staff at Butcher Boy Market. Families, foodies, and home chefs come together at Butcher Boy to talk good food and create traditions. They offer the best in quality cuts of beef, pork, lamb, poultry, and restaurant-style steaks and chops. Produce? All of their produce is hand-selected to complement any meal or even to make it your main course. Their deli serves fresh roast beef, turkey, and beautiful imported Italian cold cuts, cheeses, and antipasto. And don't forget the Butcher Boy Bakery, featuring sweet delectables from all over the state, as well as their very own bakery. That's Butcher Boy, where the secret to a great steak is, of course, the steak. Located at 1077 Osgood Street in North Andover, Massachusetts, in the Butcher Boy Plaza. Ciao!
This is Tom Zappala. Located in the heart of downtown Haverhill, the Haverhill Beef Company is a full-service, old-fashioned butcher shop and meat market that continues to be a valued family tradition since 1952. Peter and Monica Carboni's Haverhill Beef offers individualized service from an outstanding selection of marinated sirloin tips, homemade sausage, marinated chicken, and thick, juicy Chairman Reserve steaks. Your family deserves the best, so call Peter at 978-374-4795 or visit their website at www.haverhillbeef.com.
When you dine at Ristorante Melisse in Amesbury, Massachusetts, you feel at home while enjoying an authentic Italian dining experience not to be forgotten. From the appetizer to dessert, you won't regret your choice. Bring your cravings and appetites. They promise you won't leave hungry or without leftovers for the next day. Takeout and catering are also available. Give them a call or visit them online for the menu, online ordering, and reservations. RistoranteMelisse.com. That's RistoranteMolise.com. Or call 978-388-4844. Ristorante Melisse, where you're treated like family. Legacy Care Law Firm provides estate planning and elder law services to people in the greater Merrimack Valley and southern New Hampshire areas, with offices in North Andover and Woburn, Massachusetts, as well as Nashua and Salem, New Hampshire. Discussing family and financial matters with an attorney can be intimidating, but our goal is to help you prepare for the future as you preserve your legacy. We help clients qualify for government medical benefits and ensure their estates are preserved for their families so they don't need to worry about their estate being wiped out by high nursing home expenses. Legacy Care Law Firm attorneys are here to support your journey toward a more secure financial future.
At Catadella Funeral Home, we reinvest in our business to provide your family with the best facilities. It begins with a beautifully landscaped exterior, parking for 250 vehicles, and a comfortable and inviting access to our renovated interior. Funerals can be costly, so you should review and compare plans to make sure you receive services that are fairly priced. I invite you to experience the Catadella difference in cost, facility, and service.
Catadella's honoring and celebrating the lives of the people we loved, providing exceptional care since 1929.
Italian artisan cuisine combines simple, fresh ingredients with time-honored preparation to create an incredible culinary experience. At Tuscan Kitchen, located in Salem's historic Depot District, talented chefs prepare everything in-house from scratch for all to see. Guests enjoy their meal literally in our kitchen as food is prepared right in front of you. Wood ovens burn from morning till night, roasting vegetables, baking bread, and firing delightful thin-crust pizzas. Prime steaks are seared on a wood grill. A rotisserie slowly roasts marinated whole chickens and lamb, while a pasta maker creates fresh fettuccine. More than just artisan cuisine, Tuscan Kitchen features the wine bar, live entertainment, weekly wine tastings, and elegant private dining and event space. Call 603-952-4875 or visit TuscanKitchen.com to make a reservation and learn more about the culinary adventure that awaits. In Italy, cooking is an art form. Tuscan Kitchen. Experience artisan Italian.
Orthopedics Northeast and Essex Orthopedics have joined forces as Mobility Bone and Joint Institute to bring improved access and outstanding medical care. While our name has changed, our dedication to exceptional care remains the same as it has for the past 30 years. Same location, 16 Pelham Road, Salem, New Hampshire.
This is Cindy.
And Mike Kunstler,
owners and operators of Four Oaks Country Club and Grazie Italian Restaurant in Drake, Massachusetts.
Grazie Italian Restaurant is the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
Why is that?
We have an incredible chef, Oscar Figueroa.
In the words of local famous chef and restaurant owner Lydia Shire,
Oscar thrives on hard work.
He is capable and gifted.
No one makes better food. Scallops, seared to perfection.
House-made ravioli with farm-fresh local corn.
And buttery, tender, lazy man's lobster, just to name a few.
You have to come experience Grazie Italian Restaurant for yourself.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club, 80 Meadow Creek Drive in Drake, Massachusetts. Hope to see you soon.
And we are back. I believe we have Roger on the phone, Lou.
Yeah, Roger.
Roger?
Hey, Roger, how you doing?
Good morning, gentlemen.
Hey, somebody come in? How you doing?
It's great to see you and Mike interacting. And Mike, I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
How tall a man are you?
How what?
How tall a man are you?
6'2".
Hold on. He's 6'2" when his back is not hurting him.
Yeah.
When his back is bothering him,
5'1".
5'4".
Yeah. Why? Why do you ask, sir? Why do you ask?
The reason I'm asking is I served up a softball about I can't hear you, and you didn't get it.
No, I guess I didn't. I thought you were actually having trouble hearing me.
No, I can't hear you because somebody is hogging the airwaves.
Oh, I get you. Not referring to Tommy Zappala hogging the airwaves. Oh, I get where you were going.
Well, Roger, Number one, I get 1 hour a year on this show, so that's number one.
Yeah.
That's soon to
Gone.
Katana.
All right, listen, we got to go. But no,
Roger.
I have a quick question for
Go ahead.
Roger. Roger, real quickly, did you ever get the aloe vera block on your knee?
I don't know if it was the aloe vera block.
Well, they
but,
would have given it to you 2 weeks before your surgery.
No, I
Okay,
did
then you're
not.
right.
Hey,
And,
Roger.
no, okay, don't give me that garbage. I had an exceptional, according to my doctor, an exceptional recovery.
I know, I heard.
Yeah,
And
I told him.
congratulations.
And, yeah, it's,
Roger, I got another call coming in. Listen, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas, pal.
Same here.
All right, Roger, take care.
Thanks a lot for taking the time to reach out.
Have a good time in God's waiting room.
There you go. Take care.
I just
Bye-bye.
wanted to stop the nursing home knee replacement discussion.
We have another call, really?
No.
Oh, okay. Roger, Mike just lied to you.
No, Roger can get long-winded, and I love that about him.
No, he's a good
But
man.
on today's show, I want you to get as much time as possible. Now, you haven't promoted your show during this segment, so
No, I'll do that after the next commercial break. Because as we get close to the end,
you want
it'll-
people to remember it.
correct.
All right, good merchandising,
Hey,
good merchandising.
Can we talk
You
about?
asked Louis a question about
Yeah,
Brady.
and then I want to talk about our history.
Yeah.
Louis. So your opinion on that, on Tom Brady's voice? I don't think obviously from a knowledgeable standpoint, he knows everything about the game, but I feel like his voice is kind of holding him back. He doesn't have those pipes.
His voice isn't great, but that's not the big problem for me. It's just he's such a front. I mean,
Yeah.
Tom is all show. His personality, what he puts out, there's no. And I'm not knocking him. I love Tom Brady.
Yeah.
but he's not. It's all front. There's nothing genuine there. If you just loosen up and be Tom Brady,
Be himself.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I mean, look at Tony Romo, right? When Tony Romo came on, and I know less people like him now than when he first started, but Tony Romo was just Tony Romo. He was just a guy being there talking football.
Yep.
Tom never gets to that point. He's just all show.
You think
all the
it
time.
has to do with him being held back because of his affiliation with with Oakland,
No.
with Vegas?
I think it's
no.
just Tom's personality. He's just a show.
He'll come into that, Louis. He'll come into that. Right now, believe it or not, he's on pins and needles. This is all new to him.
Yeah.
And he wants it to be very successful. And I think his personality will show as we go into season number 2. Just my opinion.
Well, you've
Okay,
been on
I
pins
don't want to
and
get
needles
into a
for
deep
years.
discussion.
Huh?
I said you've been on pins and needles for years with this show. You still don't get it.
I
right.
still don't get it.
Hey, let's talk about. It's an opportunity for us to thank some.
And by the
people.
way, Roger, we did have another call. They
yeah,
hung
she
up.
disconnected. She disconnected.
I don't want him to get the wrong idea.
No, I know. We have some thank yous to hand out because
We have a lot of thank yous.
this show goes back a long, long time. 24 years for you, 22 years for me. And the first guy we need to thank is, as much as I hate to say it, is my brother Al.
Absolutely.
My brother Al. If it wasn't for Al, there'd be no Sicilian Corner, because the
premise of the show.
Well, the original name of the show was All Things Sicilian. The very first couple of months, because it was an infomercial basically for All Things Sicilian, the stores that we opened up. And then for whatever reason, it morphed into the Sicilian Corner.
Did you ever say thank you
to Al?
To me?
Well, let's put that in perspective, if I may. If I recall, Bob.
I should get something.
What
out
was
of
Bob's last name? Our producer, Bob.
Bob
the heck was his name? Great guy. The guy that did hockey for ULO.
Bob Kamasigama.
Whatever.
Come on, get on with the story.
But anyways, Bob was our producer, and I brought in Ned Leone, the late Ned Leone, as my partner, and Ned was very, very good. So then you and I started talking.
People loved him.
You and I started talking.
They don't like you, but they loved him.
And that's fine. You and I started talking, and I asked you if you wanted to join. And let's do a segment, Mikey, called Mike's Cultural Corner.
I remember that.
Right? Now, you would think that you would get in your car and come to the station to do the segment.
I was busy that day.
Every week.
Bob Ellis, by the way.
Bob Ellis,
Yeah.
thank you. Every week, you used to do Mike's Cultural Corner from inside your swimming pool on a float.
It was true.
Right?
Yeah.
Finally, I said, Mikey, you can't be doing it in a swimming pool, you need to start coming into the studio. And you did. And I appreciate that. All right.
I like being on the float in the pool because I had two where the armrests were.
Yeah.
I could have 2 bottles, 2 cans.
So then Louis.
I lost 3 phones.
So then Ned left. Were you here when Ned was here at the
A
beginning?
little bit.
Yeah. So then Bob Ellis left and Louis was downstairs and we asked Louis to join us.
Ned brought the history.
Yeah, he brought
the cultural.
the 112-year-old people to listen.
A lot of people. Ned had a big following.
All 4.
I know Nancy DeMarco. She loved them. Barbara loved them.
Listen,
Andy Parisi loved them.
that whole crew at Mary Immaculate at the nursing home and the one in Haverhill Crossing, they were all Ned groupies.
You know,
Ned was authentic. You
He
guys,
was.
You
He was
guys are
good.
more Americanized, like I am.
Oh,
much
he
more
used to get
Americanized,
pissed.
But he was.
he would
much
get.
closer to it.
He got annoyed.
He
I
got
mean,
pissed at our opening music,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
right?
He wanted some operatic. I'm trying to think of the person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Montavani. It was Montavani.
Was it?
Yeah. All right. So then Ned left, and we brought in another guy.
Ned was the guy. If you had a bunch of Sicilians sitting around Dunkin' Donuts somewhere,
He'd be holding
there'd be
court.
5 Neds.
He'd be holding court. Don't
Yeah.
he? Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. He was a great storyteller. Ned's left. Ned died the day after the St. Alfio Christmas party, and Ned and I were serving meat pies, right? And Ned was eating them faster than we could serve them. And I said, Ned, you know, you're eating too many of those. And his last words to me were, if it's free, it's for me.
Yeah.
Those are his last words to me.
And you know, you question doctors sometimes, and some of the things they come out with. And he had just gone to have a checkup.
He was coming back from the hospital.
I know.
And he
I
died.
know. And the doctor says, Ned, I'll see you next year. He didn't even make a day.
Half hour later, he was gone on 93.
It's scary. That's why, Tom, I try to tell you every day, milk it for everything that it's worth. Because you don't know if there's a guarantee tomorrow. I don't give a just do what you want to do, good or bad, do it. Get it out of your system. You don't want to go to the eternal sleep and say, I wish I could have. Never. Reach out, do it, buddy. You want to give me a nice Christmas bonus?
I
You
knew
do it.
I knew there was going to be some type of an end game here.
You do it.
Just
You do
lapsed
it.
into Father
But-
Mikey for a second.
Right.
Anyway,
All right. So then,
your brother Al,
thank you, Al. Thank you,
he's
Ned.
the anchor.
And then another guy came in for a couple of years with us that we had an absolute ball with Joe Tringali.
Yeah.
Joe was great.
Nicest man. Thanks to you, I met him.
Funny
in this show.
guy.
I loved him. I'd meet him up in Manchester. We'd go to one of the baseball games, and just sitting there with him, I'd be in tears. The guy never stopped breaking me up.
And then Joe did the segment like
Something about fables.
Joe's
Fable,
I
and
forgot
everybody.
about
You remember the fable?
God, yes.
Every
he
show,
goes through this
somebody
whole story,
lost an arm.
and then there'll be a moral at the end of the story, right?
So good.
What a nice personality
he
you
was
So
are.
great.
think about you.
I'm
and how
sorry?
lucky you've been working with Rico, working with Joe. mean,
I
two
have
of the
been
best guys I've ever
Louis,
met.
and you guys. Honest to God, I'm not kidding. I thank God that I was fortunate. Listen, you and I are not pros, right?
I know I'm not. You are.
No. And the point being is that I found a niche. You found a niche working with some unbelievable people over the last 22 years. And it's been kind of like a breath of fresh air, you know, especially when I was with you on Fridays, you knew that at the end of the week, this was, you know,
You had something to look forward to.
and I feel
And-
like that we record the show on Tuesdays, and I really look.
You have a show?
I do. I really look forward to going into the studio on Tuesday mornings. The only thing I regret is like right now you're
It's
seeing
not live.
we record the show,
Yeah.
so I communicate with people like this when the show is airing on Wednesday night. I pour myself a martini, and I'm going back and forth with people, you know, while they're watching it. But
You know,
It's not
Nancy
the
just
same.
said she was kind of agreeing with what I said. You never know when it's your time. And that's why I don't care how old you are, you never know. right?
That's correct. I totally agree.
Bobby Pecora.
Bobby was with us for a short period of time. Bobby, God rest his soul, is gone. But Bobby used to do a pizza review for us. Were you with it? You would?
No, I don't.
No, I don't think so. This was before.
He was the pizza man.
Bobby Pecora used to do a pizza review, and he'd go from pizza place to pizza place and then rate it. So once we had him on, he didn't want people to know who he was. And so once we had him on the air with us,
I think I was involved in that.
and he came with the bag with the cutouts,
two
for the
little
eyes.
slits, and the people would be outside in the parking lot waiting for him to show up. I mean, it was the start. One day he came by helicopter, didn't he?
I don't remember, but we had some fun, and then we did a lot of remotes. We did some remotes, the three of us. We had some fun with those.
Salisbury Beach.
No, Louis
Salisbury
really stepped up to the plate big time when Rico and I were doing the show here, and Louis came all the way down to Florida, and we did the Jimmy Fund.
Oh, that was a blast.
We did the fundraiser for the Jimmy Fund, and talk about all business. I remember we're in this restaurant, Boston on the Beach. It's in the afternoon, and we're all fooling around, having drinks. And I said to Lou, I says, Lou, come on, man, have a drink. And you looked at me, and you were dead serious, like, I'm freaking working right now. Don't bother me. And it was like, but
Proud
no,
of you. Proud
but
of
it
you,
was
Grasshopper.
legit. It was
I
legit
know.
because
No, the whole thing was on getting that show up.
Yes, yeah.
What a
It was a
disaster
lot of
that
work on
would've
your
been.
part, a lot of work. And remember, they had to go up to the third floor for the internet connection, if you recall. But
We've done
thank
quite
God-
a few remotes. and
he
we'll-
pulled that off
Thank God we did that, and we're so on top of them because it wouldn't have been ready.
in a million years. Absolutely right.
Hey, Lou, why don't we take this last break and then
Freak
we'll
the
be
break. What the hell? The hell with the break. The hell with your sponsors.
How we all get paid.
How can you say that?
By the way, if you're a sponsor of the Sicilian Corner broadcast, you may want to consider coming over to the Great American Collectibles Show.
Yep.
We offer less money. What else? And we'll throw in a Rico Petrocelli autograph for you. So
Oh.
just think about it.
How do I join? Louis, why don't you take us out?
Ciao, this is Esther of You, Me, and Sicily. I want to talk to you about Tommy Amin and the great staff at Butcher Boy Market. Families, foodies, and home chefs come together at Butcher Boy to talk good food and create traditions. They offer the best in quality cuts of beef, pork, lamb, poultry, and restaurant-style steaks and chops. Produce? All of their produce is hand-selected to complement any meal or even to make it your main course. Their deli serves fresh roast beef, turkey, and beautiful imported Italian cold cuts, cheeses, and antipasto. And don't forget the Butcher Boy Bakery, featuring sweet delectables from all over the state, as well as their very own bakery. That's Butcher Boy, where the secret to a great steak is, of course, the steak. Located at 1077 Osgood Street in North Andover, Massachusetts, in the Butcher Boy Plaza. Ciao!
This is Tom Zappala. Located in the heart of downtown Haverhill, the Haverhill Beef Company is a full-service, old-fashioned butcher shop and meat market that continues to be a valued family tradition since 1952. Peter and Monica Carboni's Haverhill Beef offers individualized service from an outstanding selection of marinated sirloin tips, homemade sausage, marinated chicken, and thick, juicy Chairman Reserve steaks. Your family deserves the best, so call Peter at 978-374-4795 or visit their website at www.haverhillbeef.com.
Sisters and co-owners Antoinetta and Elisa brought their family authentic Italian recipes from Molise, Italy, and a warm and welcoming dining experience to its customers at Ristorante Molise. The combination of their meals made from natural, homemade, fresh ingredients, and your time with family and friends together at dinner time is unmatched. Located in Market Square in the heart of Amesbury, they're open for dinner Tuesday through Sunday from 3 to 9 p.m. and are available for private parties during off hours. For reservations, call them at 978-388-4844. That's 978-388-4844. Legacy Care Law Firm provides estate planning and elder law services to people in the greater Merrimack Valley and southern New Hampshire areas, with offices in North Andover and Woburn, Massachusetts, as well as Nashua and Salem, New Hampshire. Discussing family and financial matters with an attorney can be intimidating, but our goal is to help you prepare for the future as you preserve your legacy. We help clients qualify for government medical benefits and ensure their estates are preserved for their families so they don't need to worry about their estate being wiped out by high nursing home expenses. Legacy Care Law Firm attorneys are here to support your journey toward a more secure financial future.
At Catadella Funeral Home, we reinvest in our business to provide your family with the best facilities. It begins with a beautifully landscaped exterior, parking for 250 vehicles, and a comfortable and inviting access to our renovated interior. Funerals can be costly, so you should review and compare plans to make sure you receive services that are fairly priced. I invite you to experience the Catadella difference in cost, facility, and service.
Catadella's, honoring and celebrating the lives of the people we loved, providing exceptional care since 1929.
Italian artisan cuisine combines simple, fresh ingredients with time-honored preparation to create an incredible culinary experience. At Tuscan Kitchen, located in Salem's historic Depot District, talented chefs prepare everything in-house from scratch for all to see. Guests enjoy their meal literally in our kitchen as food is prepared right in front of you. Wood ovens burn from morning till night, roasting vegetables, baking bread, and firing delightful thin-crust pizzas. Prime steaks are seared on a wood grill. A rotisserie slowly roasts marinated whole chickens and lamb, while a pasta maker creates fresh fettuccine. More than just artisan cuisine, Tuscan Kitchen features the wine bar, live entertainment, weekly wine tastings, and elegant private dining and event space. Call 603-952-4875 or visit TuscanKitchen.com to make a reservation and learn more about the culinary adventure that awaits. In Italy, cooking is an art form. Tuscan Kitchen. Experience artisan Italian.
Orthopedics Northeast and Essex Orthopedics have joined forces as Mobility Bone and Joint Institute to bring improved access and outstanding medical care. While our name has changed, our dedication to exceptional care remains the same as it has for the past 30 years. Same location, 16 Pelham Road, Salem, New Hampshire.
This is Cindy,
And Mike Kunstler.
owners and operators of Four Oaks Country Club and Grazie Italian Restaurant in Drake, Massachusetts.
Grazie Italian Restaurant is the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
Why is that?
We have an incredible chef, Oscar Figueroa.
In the words of local famous chef and restaurant owner Lydia Shire,
Oscar thrives on hard work.
he is capable and gifted.
No one makes better food. Scallops, seared to perfection.
House-made ravioli with farm-fresh local corn.
And buttery, tender, lazy man's lobster, just to name a few.
You have to come experience Grazie Italian Restaurant for yourself.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club, 80 Meadow Creek Drive in Drake, Massachusetts. Hope to see you soon.
Okay, we're back. I'm sorry.
I'm still
Okay,
waiting. There you
back
go.
now.
What do you?
I'm sorry.
Why are you taking over?
I'm sorry.
No, you can't help
It's
yourself.
in my
can you?
blood.
I just want to say to people, today we're probably going to go over a few minutes. And you know something? If you're on Facebook, YouTube, you'll be able to listen and see what we have to say.
You know something? If you're on Facebook and you're watching us, call WCAP. Tell them to get the next freaking show off the air, and we're going to go
Who's got
long.
the 12 o'clock news?
Who gives a crap?
Who's more important, 12 o'clock news or us?
You made my point.
All right. Hey, listen, you were talking about the
Yeah, the other thing was that you and I together, we have some great history with the entertainment that we kind of did with the feast. We were very lucky. It was a lot of fun, and we met some unbelievable people.
and truthfully, Anna, your sister,
She was a big.
whenever we had a question, it was 1-800-ANNA.
Yeah,
Anna, what should we do about this contract that says this?
yeah.
Scratch it out. Scratch it out.
No, you're right. You're right. And we had some great entertainers. We had a lot of fun. We met some assholes. Oh, again, I'm sorry. We met some
name names?
a-holes. The Great American Collectible Show.
You were telling me a story about Kamasigama. 90 years old, 91. He's still performing?
Oh, Frankie Valli.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sad. You know,
Why is he still out there? I mean,
well, have you seen?
No.
You got to go on YouTube.
Okay.
He's getting annihilated, and this jerk that Mike and I dealt with, his
my
road
favorite.
manager,
My favorite.
that Mike threatened to beat the crap out of.
You know what I said to him, Louis?
I'd have loved to
I
see
says,
that
if
conversation.
I was you, I would get as far away from me as you possibly can.
No, you said you were worse than
exactly.
that.
I was.
This
ready
was
to
like
rip his neck
3
off.
hours before Frankie Valli was supposed to go on stage at the Common, and it was packed. And the guy says, "I don't like the sound system. I don't think Mr. Valli is going to go on the air."
Really?
That
Mike looked at him and basically said, "He doesn't go on the air. You don't get out of here alive."
he pissed me off.
Anyway,
The day before he called, I'm on 93
Boy,
doing
that was a
70
wrong
miles an
guy to
hour
say
to
that
come
to.
meet the guys for breakfast
yeah.
at the Cedar Crest. This guy calls me up and says, Mike, I says, yeah, this is Dean. Hi, Dean. I just want you to know, unless you get a portable portable generator, there's going to be no show. I went crazy. I drove into the Common in North Lawrence. I had to be doing 70 miles
you
an
were
hour.
mad.
I was ready to hang him. Couldn't stand the little shit.
Anyway, if you go on YouTube, it's sad because he's 91.
91.
And he's getting annihilated now because he goes up on stage, he shuffles, number one. And obviously
I do that now.
He's lip syncing.
Oh.
He doesn't remember any of the words
Okay.
to his own songs. So you've got the young Frankie Valli voice, and his lips are nowhere near.
Wow.
It's just really sad. Really sad. He's got this whole band behind him. It's just very, very sad.
Does he need the money, or does his
I
manager?
know.
need the
I
money?
don't think he needs the money.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not as wealthy as you are, Michael. But
when we booked him, it was probably what, 204, 205?
I don't remember.
Something like that.
Well, hold on.
He got divorced. And the wife cleaned him out.
When did Jersey Boys come out?
I don't
Because I remember when we were interviewing him, he said to us at the time during the interview that they were working on a Broadway show called Jersey Boys that he was excited about.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, other than that.
And when we used him in Lawrence at the Common that Labor Day weekend, he was in New York. He did 6 shows for Sopranos.
That's right.
And he couldn't come in with the band.
That's correct.
On Thursday. So he says, I can get a flight. They're going to give me a small jet to use, the studio jet.
Right.
And I can land into Lawrence Airport. And I said, seriously? He says, yeah. He says, can you have somebody pick me up? And I went and picked them up.
Yeah, absolutely. No, he was good. We had some fun. There was some blips. Like Connie Francis was a blip.
Connie Francis wasn't a blimp. Don't start that BS with me.
Wow.
Louis, were you there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you have to walk a woman that is not all there to begin with off the stage halfway,
that's shame on you.
Into the show.
Shame.
How would you phrase it, Mike? What was it?
She could have done better.
Yep.
But she was nervous. There was 2 hurricanes coming through you should have seen me when I went to Boston with the guys to pick her up.
I remember that.
And she shows up with 4 extra people and a dog. And the hotel doesn't allow animals.
As I'm walking her off the stage, she keeps saying, I'm really sorry about this. I'm really sorry about this.
You talk about getting deflated.
Man, oh man.
I had steamed. I only once I got that mad, and that was with you.
Oh, I remember that.
I got in the limo. I had steam. Lucille stopped me, and she says, don't say or do anything you're going to regret. I got in the back seat of that limo. There's the armrest that's separate.
Yeah, you punched it.
She put her hand over my hand like this.
Lucille did.
Like a grandmother. Like a grandmother.
Well,
and she says, Michael, you did not deserve this show. She deflated me like a freaking balloon.
The other thing about her is, they have publicity pictures.
Yep.
Okay. How do I
nice.
say? How do I say this nicely?
No, be nice now.
Her publicity shot.
Yeah.
Was beautiful.
She aged a little.
When you met her up close and personal, there was a little difference.
Who was the guy? It wasn't Frankie Valli. Who was the guy you had as a singer? And he almost knocked me off the seat when I first saw him when he turned around, because all I saw was the publicity shot. And it was like 30 years.
Was it Al Martino? No, it wasn't Al.
Al Martino?
Al
Might have been
Martino.
Al
Yeah, it could have been Al.
No, it wasn't.
No, who was it?
I remember the group.
I can't remember who it was too.
He's a brother to somebody at the Frankie Valley.
Yeah.
Frankie Valley's brother. That's who it was.
No.
Yes.
No. It wasn't.
Yes. The guy spun around. His teeth fell out,
and his
he
teeth-
grabbed them in his hand.
Yeah, that's a different time.
Oh,
That was Joey D.
Joey D.
That
No,
was
but it's
Joey
the
D.
same type of situation where all I saw was the publicity pictures, and then I saw him, and I was like, oh.
They
You
shouldn't
should have
do
seen him when he got off the jet
Yeah, they shouldn't
at the
do that.
airport. He didn't have any makeup on. When I brought him to the Senior Citizen Center, we had a room for the artists to stay at.
Yeah.
He had this. I didn't even know what was in it. It was all makeup. It opened up
You
once.
talked about Frankie Valley.
Frankie Valley.
Oh, yeah, I
It
remember
opened
that.
up twice.
I remember that.
And it opened up 3 times.
Yeah,
Nothing but makeup.
I know.
And when he came on he looked good. When
Yeah,
I
he-
saw him at the airport, he would have stopped the clock.
Yeah.
I mean, really tough.
And then Al Martino, God rest his soul, was very good to us. And
Remember when he called from Germany?
oh yeah. But the club, the St. Alfio guys, that was probably my biggest faux pas. Next to the laser show is when we had Al for the 3rd time,
Little lasers, yeah.
and I knew that Al liked to drink Sambuca.
Yeah.
So
You're an instigator.
I picked up a bottle of Sambuca and went
Just
into the
being
dressing
nice.
room,
Yeah.
and we were sitting there 45 minutes just shooting the breeze. We have shot glasses, not paying attention.
Yep.
We got cocked.
No kidding.
We got cocked. And he came on stage, and it was a hot night. So about 40 minutes into the show, he almost fell off the stage. We had to
Very,
get him
very
off the
close.
stage.
Wow.
We had to get him off the stage.
And you know who else almost fell off the stage on Common and Common?
Julius
and,
LaRosa.
Julius LaRosa.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's what we decided we're going to keep the railings up.
Yeah, I remember that. Anyways, we had some great times.
Those shows in a common tea. I
had
learned a
fun.
lot from you.
Yeah, we had
I
fun.
learned a
My
lot
favorite
from
was
Anna.
BJ Thomas.
And
I'm sorry?
My favorite was BJ Thomas
BJ Thomas was great.
because I got to hang out with his wife.
Yeah,
the whole show.
yeah. He passed away.
Yeah.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he passed away.
Passed away.
When I went out to Cambridge, Maryland to listen to his show before I booked him,
Yeah.
I'm sitting there and I'm watching and I'm looking at the people, the way they're reacting to him. I told Lucille, if we can get this guy.
Yeah, he was good. The
He'll
only
be-
thing with him, he didn't have a lot of stage presence, if you remember.
No, he
He
didn't.
stood at the mic, didn't move around, but his voice was great.
Can I tell you a story off the record?
Off the
Between you and I.
Oh, sure.
Dr. Rossity was our biggest
Mhm.
proponent to doing these Friday night shows because it was expensive. And the Sandalfio Society, it was beyond our means to bring shows like we did for how many years, Tommy? 13, 14?
Yeah, long time.
And you know something, I can't, I don't think I should really. Yeah, I'll say it. Are you interested in what I got to say?
No,
Okay, forget about it.
I'm kidding.
All right, what else you got to go?
No, I was reading Barbara's comment.
So
She says, "Great show. Let's do it again soon." Barbara, stay with us because we're not going anywhere for a few more minutes.
Anyway, long story short, I go to meet with Dr. Rossity. And of course, it had to be 9 o'clock in the morning. He always had the big cigar going.
Yep.
He always had the Sambuca going, the espresso, the whole 9 yards. So he says, "Who do we got for the feast this year?" He's all excited. I said, BJ Thomas.
Oh, who the hell is that?
Exactly what he
I
said.
remember that.
He says, "Who?" I says, BJ Thomas.
Did you play him the opening?
He's
of
not
Bonafide?
Italian. What are you getting him for? That's
I
exactly what
remember
he said. And he didn't mean it in a bad way, but he wanted
Yeah.
the Al Martinos, the Connie Francis.
You know, I've got a question for you. Don't you think that you went a little overboard when you yelled at me
When?
at the feast?
No, because if I say and we agree,
You were like
and
miserable.
I'm busy, because you don't do what you're supposed to.
Well, I was trying.
No, you weren't. Don't worry, Mike. I'll take care of it. I'm running up and down 2 stages, this, that, and the other. I come walking by, and what
Smoking
he
a
was
cigar. I was
supposed to be
smoking a
taking
cigar.
care of.
I was smoking a cigar.
Yeah, like it was a non-event. You know why? Sambuca brain.
No, I was
The
not
feast
drinking.
you always took. You
I-
always took
I was smoking a
the
cigar.
group on Newbury Street. One day I got suckered in by Wayne Peters. He says, "Mike, why don't you go in the package store? He's got some Sambuca put away for us." So I go in, and
How much
it's
did that
all
cost you?
chilled. And it cost me $210. Wow! You set me up.
Not me.
Yeah, you.
Wait, that was Wayne.
Yeah,
that was
baloney.
Wayne. Anyways,
What I remember about the shows at the feast was the day you got me an anchovy crisp belly. I can still call the taste.
I remember
on
you
demand.
telling me that you had an aftertaste for how long?
I can still taste it. I can still taste it.
Stays with you.
Yeah.
Father Mike.
By the way, you know, the Crispelli situation is going to be really interesting this year. I don't know if I'm supposed to announce it, but I really don't give a damn. I'm going to do it anyways.
No, the
St.
society-
Alfio Society is going to be making Peter Messina's Crispellis.
Yeah.
The other guys,
I don't know. I'm not privy to much that's going
I'm
on.
telling you, he's out.
No, I heard rumors that Sandalfio was going to do it, and I bet the guys do a great job. You know, is John Caprioli going to be involved?
Yes, but I got a question for both of you.
Guaranteed to be awesome.
All right, I've got a question, and I know that I'm going to open up a can of worms here. What the hell has happened at Borelli's?
I don't know.
Have you
Tony.
been to Borelli's?
No, but I've heard.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
At lunchtime, there's like one car there.
I would drive by there on Fridays. You couldn't find a parking space. Now,
Yeah.
you can park anywhere you want. That's not a good sign. It's
amazing.
I haven't been in there for a long, long time.
Is it still the
but-
same people?
I'm sorry? No, he
Okay.
sold it.
Okay.
And
There you
whoever
go.
bought it, I don't know what the hell they're doing, but I'm going to tell you something. The sandwiches have gone way down.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
If you want a great sandwich,
Yeah. Where did I go?
the girl that was his main sandwich maker went over to LeConte's in Methuen. LeConte's
Where's that?
is on the corner. You know what corner of Howe Street and Pleasant Street. You know where that gas station is?
Yeah.
Right behind it.
They call it LeConte's. now?
LeConte's. It is. His sandwiches are fabulous.
I'll have a
They're like
commercial ready
Borelli's.
I'll have a
If-
commercial ready next week, Mikey.
If I tell them I know you, would I get
No.
anything?
No, they don't know me. I bought 20 sandwiches there a couple of weeks ago for the guys from my sponsors that you don't do, that I do. For all my sponsors, I brought them to the Wilmington Shriners Show. I bought each one of them a $12 sandwich.
Your sponsors are all over the country.
That's right.
How do you give them sandwiches?
Because they had,
Because everybody flocks to Wilmington
right,
when there's a show.
they do. Not all of them, but most of them.
You bought people sandwiches
Do it every
for
year.
20 people
Every year.
at an average cost of probably around $13.50, $14.
$12.
I'm finding it very difficult to absorb.
Well, that's okay. That's what we did. And the night before, we took out,
There's more?
the night before, Ellen and I took out 9 people to that restaurant in Tewksbury, that Italian restaurant in the strip mall. We ate there with you once.
Yeah,
What
I
the hell
know.
was the name of it?
Something with an A.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
I do.
Pretty good.
Why don't you go to Grazi's? They're one of my.
It was too far. It was too far from the Shriners because they didn't get. We had reservations at 7, and they couldn't get out till 6:30. Seriously,
Shriners is in Wilmington.
right,
Grazi's is about 26 minutes down the
right.
road.
The other place was 5 minutes or 6 minutes. It was right off of.
I know where it is. I know.
No,
where
you
it
don't. You don't have a damn idea
is.
where.
Yes,
it
I
is.
do.
Where is it?
Over there.
What the hell's the name of that street?
That too.
Not Dascom Road. It's on Dascom Road.
Where Demolis's warehouse is and offices.
I don't know. Who the hell knows?
You know it very
Who
well.
knows? Who
If
cares?
there isn't an accident at that at that exit every single morning.
All right, Jimmy
I'm sure.
Piemonte. Jimmy is mad at us, and I don't blame him
Why?
because Jimmy, you know something.
You're right. He come off
Jimmy
quite a bit.
was with us for about a year, not quite a year, but then we fired you, Jimmy, if you recall. Right?
I don't know what you did.
You said to me, "I don't like this kid. Let's get rid of him."
Never said that. I admire Jimmy.
No, Jimmy's
I've
great.
always liked Jimmy.
No,
I
Jimmy
love his
just couldn't do it. He
personality.
couldn't be consistent because he was making too much money doing what he does, which I still don't know what he does.
Yeah, it's kind of a secret, huh?
I don't know what he does.
Yeah, well,
What do you think Jimmy does? He says he works for Scott Construction, but
I don't know what any of you guys do, to be honest with you.
you know, whatever he's doing is doing it well. So
Yeah.
that's all that counts.
he does very well.
Yeah, you know something. I like him. I like him. I
love
like
Jimmy.
when we used to be in the council together at
Jimmy-
St. Alfio.
Jimmy-
We'd sit next to each other. We would laugh.
Piemonte's great.
He would break
He's
me
great.
up like
He's
nobody
funny.
could.
We talk a lot. Every once in a while, we get down together in Florida. We go out to lunch or something. He's a great, and his wife Jamie, she's the best. Now you know Jamie's father was Jimmy Halloran. Remember Jimmy Halloran? Oh, all right. Well, we won't get into that, right, Jimmy? All right, what else?
Did you burn up everything on your little chip sheet there?
Ronnie
What?
Valenti.
It's a little what?
Ronnie Valenti. What can you say about Ronnie Valenti? Except that probably one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. He's got a heart bigger than himself. The most sensitive man you'll ever meet in your life.
Very emotional.
I mean, he sees a dog walking with a limp, he starts to cry.
Crying.
Starts to cry.
Most importantly, though, funny as hell.
Oh, he's a riot.
Yep.
He is a freaking
Everything
riot.
is, you know, Mike, and the shoulders. You got the action going.
He is a riot.
Tom, the thing. What thing?
He's
What is
very,
this thing?
very,
The
very
thing.
funny. Right.
Yeah.
Louis, we had and another guy is Wayne, but we had Wayne on my show. No, not my show. It was the Sicilian Corner when Mike was still in Salem. And you know what Wayne used to do for a living. In the early days, now that the statute of limitations is over, Wayne was a bookmaker.
Okay.
He was an accountant.
And he did very, very well.
Sports account.
He did very well. So we had him on the show, and we had his face blocked out. So he was sitting there at the table with us, and we did an hour with Wayne without letting people know who he was.
Nice.
And it was it was a very funny show. That was
The three of us together at the society, because we chummed together a lot.
Yeah.
Wayne would usually be feast chairman. Tommy and I would be heading up the entertainment. And we used to have one of those motorized golf carts. You remember when we jumped up, we had to get in the Common in a hurry. You couldn't go up Common Street, too many people. So we drove up Essex Street, and the cops are stopping all the traffic. And we went flying by the Bay State building.
I do remember that.
We hit that curbing, for God's sakes. I must have went 4 feet up in the air.
I do remember.
What else
that.
you got?
No, I think there were certain things that Father Mikey.
He became quite a legend in the area.
Father Mikey
Till he got
morphed.
blackballed.
Father Mikey morphed into
much bigger than what we anticipated.
Yeah.
And to this day, I still meet people. Father Mikey, how are you? Father Mikey.
It got to the point where he was wrapping toilet paper around his neck.
I remember.
We did that. Yeah, we did
Right?
that. And then we actually had the collar and the shirt.
We did.
And that was at Salem, up in Salem.
And I think
We
that
used to have to
if
do
I
a quick
recall,
changeover.
Father Mikey was your creation, I believe.
He was what?
Your creation,
He was.
right?
And Sister Good and Plenty.
Well, she wasn't that funny, to be honest. I mean,
No,
now,
but the
now,
name,
now
the
that,
name speaks volumes.
nah, it was okay.
The
but
name, no, because
You
it's
could've-
okay because you didn't think of
you
it.
could have been a little more
No,
creative.
because you didn't think of it.
You could have been a little more creative with that, in my opinion.
Unless it's got your name somewhere
I
associated.
just paid you compliments with Father Mikey.
That's it.
Sister
How
Good and
about Sister
Plenty.
Good and Plenty? Where'd she come from?
Would you have had sex with her?
Sister Good and Plenty?
Yeah.
Oh, obviously, yeah.
You would have?
Sure.
She had a pulse.
Do you remember the Vatican when the Pope would die and they would vote for the Pope and he ran it? Father Mikey
I
ran
forgot
it.
about that.
And they do the black smoke. And I asked him on the Clear Blue Sky, I asked you, these guys are there all day, 24/7. They can't leave. What do they eat?
And without breaking us, without smiling.
Trail mix.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, Tommy.
It was so perfect.
I hope we can do this again. I really, really do. And I want to wish everybody next week, by the way, another creation. And this was basically your idea, I think. Sal the Elf is coming back. And he's going to be right here.
Are you going to have him low? You can't have
I can't discuss everything with you.
You can't have the same height as you.
I can't discuss.
Wait a minute. Has Sal the Elf ever been here? No.
No.
Oh, you're in for a treat.
This is
Sal the Elf is good.
It was one of the best shows, one of the funniest shows.
We had him twice.
We've had so many people.
We had him twice.
Yeah.
Sal is very good.
Well,
yeah.
Louis
it's a
going
replay,
to
right?
be in charge, and he's got him. And I think it's going to be.
He's only like 3 feet tall.
Yeah. Then the following week we got the New Year's Day parade, and he's been working hard on. I can't wait to see.
I'd like to borrow that after you guys are done with it.
Okay,
if I could.
Hey, listen, David. Watching from California. Good to see you guys
Hey, David.
together,
Thank
meeting
you.
us.
And don't forget, David, the Great American Collectible Show on every Wednesday night on Facebook Live, YouTube, any of your favorite platforms, Pandora, Podbean, iHeartRadio, you name it, we're on it.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
if there's anything else you need, Enrico Petrocelli, Red Sox Hall of Fame, is my co-host, along with John Mallory, JM, great guy.
I love him.
Did I miss anything, you guys?
That's about it. I think you
you
self-promoted.
Well,
quite a bit.
no. I mean, the last thing, if you ever want a copy of any one of my books, Phil, no, just kidding.
You still have some?
Not many, though. Louis was hugely helpful at the very beginning with that whole project.
What was the name of the book?
The first one, the T206 collection, The Players and Their Stories.
How about the book you wrote about the Holy Rosary?
Yeah.
Bless Me, Sister. It's
absolutely freaking
Can I tell you
hysterical.
something? We have none left.
Well, you gave me 150.
I did not.
Second printing.
So do me a favor. Get rid of these. Get them out of the house. That's what you told me.
I did not say that.
You know how many fires I've lit?
Actually, we do
You know
have.
how many
I
fires?
take that back. We do have a case left that we use for special occasions. You know, my kids, not one of my kids has ever read that book.
That's
All my sons-in-laws have. Not one of my kids has ever read that book.
shame on them.
I don't even have an answer. We
Louis,
gotta go.
I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas.
Yes.
Tommy,
Mikey boy, thanks for having me. And I got one last thing.
Yeah.
A couple of people, and I really want to make sure that we're clear on this. A couple of people mentioned to me that when I left the show, Michael and I had a falling out.
I'm glad you're bringing this up.
And the case is that's absolutely right. No, I'm just kidding. There was nothing. It was just there was time to move on because I was too busy with what I was doing. Mikey was busy. And Mikey, quite frankly, wanted to come back with Louis and the radio station here because you're a radio guy.
I enjoy it.
Right.
I enjoy it.
Mike and I have never had an unkind word to each other for the last
Only
3 years.
once at the feast.
Right. And for the last 3 years or whatever you've been here, we speak on the phone 2 or 3 times a week. Right.
I'm going to leave you with this thought.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Here we go.
$9.73.
You know something
God.
that makes my heart go pitter patter, pitter patter.
Bye, everybody.
Have a great holiday. Thank you guys for having me. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas, Louis. Great to see you again.
Take care, everybody.
Be good.